Welcome to Ethereum Cat Herders meeting 78. The first item listed here is network upgrade. So as we all know, the merge is approaching, and for merge, we have the skill testnet. It's actually a devnet. The spec for version 1 is available. Last week, we had this merge community meeting. Tim Bako and Trenton organized the third merge community call with over 40 participants on the call, including developers, infrastructure providers, content creators, community builders, and many other people. The meeting had quite an engagement, and there were very good question answer session. Tim Bako provided a quick summary of where we are standing right now in terms of development and testing. According to the summary provided, Kiln is going to be the last devnet before the actual testnet fork. So at present, we have Gorley and Sepolia, and also the Prater testnet on the Beacon chain that developers can expect to be around for a long term. So if you're a developer and you are interested to test your dApp to have a post-merge experience, you are invited to test the devnet that is going to be live very soon with Kiln. We have the recording available on ECH YouTube and notes available on Ethereum PM GitHub. A small update, I think, in the testing the merge context. I was approached by a PhD group from KTH Royal Institute of Technology in Stockholm. They did some primary work that seemed relevant to the present merge testing. So I have introduced them to the merge testing team. I'm not sure how helpful will it be, but we are going to have the first meeting this week. Probably I will have more updates in the coming weeks to share with the group. I wanted to mention this because if there is someone who is working on testing the merge and not known like whom to reach or how to make the contribution, please reach out to Cat Herders or DM me on Discord or Twitter. Both are open. The next upgrade that we can expect after the merge is Shanghai. So for Shanghai, there is a big list of EIPs proposed, and this list is available at Ethereum/PM issue section. Some of the EIPs were discussed in the last all core dev meetings. They were requesting to be moved to CFI, that is considered for inclusion. The proposals included EVM, BLS, 3074, and many others. It seems like there are general consensus for few proposals to be going in Shanghai. The few EVM related proposals are EIP 3540, 3670, and 3860. But at the moment, I can't say that we have a short list ready. So we will keep looking for more updates on the EIPs for Shanghai upgrades. So far, any question, comment from anyone? All right, these were anyway just the updates. Moving on to more updates, those are specific to Ethereum Cat Herders. The first one is a ECH website. At present, the Ethereum Cat Herders website is down, it's not working. The last update that I received from the website team was from February 3rd, when it was expected to go for a planned maintenance for a few hours, but it seems the page is not accessible till date. So I have left a few messages for the team. Hopefully we'll get an update soon.
Dang, how long has it been down? I noticed it was down, and yeah, how long? It's been down at least a week, right?
Over a week, like since 3rd Feb.
Yeah, who's hosting that? Is it volunteer? Are we paying for that? If we're paying for it, that should be intolerant, seems to me.
That's right. I mean, that's my next concern, and I wanted to talk about it as well. Like, yes, we are paying for hosting as of now, and I don't find it reasonable too. So I have been thinking of hosting the Cat Herders website via GitHub. and to be maintained by volunteers and community contributors, more or less like ethereum.org, and everything to be maintained using GitHub. So I don't know if we have, yeah, please go
If
ahead.
I can maybe just slide in there for 1 second. Usually when you're talking about hosting a website, there's kind of two things going on. One is the code. So if you're talking about something like ethereum.org, the code is there on GitHub. And it's true that if you push a change to GitHub, it changes what happens in the site. If I remember right, it's been a long time since I've connected over there, so I don't remember exactly what, but you then have what's called a hosting service. There are ways to host what's called static sites on GitHub itself. Then you end up with kind of like a GitHub URL. But even Ethereum.org, I'm pretty sure they're not using that. They're probably using something like either Netlify or Heroku. I don't remember what. I think it used to be Netlify, but I don't recall. There definitely are plenty of hosting services like Netlify and Heroku that we could look into for hosting kind of like the server where the website in its actual like running form lives, not just the code. I think those are possibilities, and I do think reaching out for community support would be good, because a lot of web devs should have the skills for setting up a pipeline where if we had a repo of the code, they could set up GitHub Actions or something like that, so that anytime there's a change pushed to the code, it rebuilds the website and deploys it in whatever hosting service we would use, e.g. Netlify or Heroku.
Well, you are very close to what I was dreaming of.
Okay, I misunderstood you then, sorry.
No, like maybe I may not have, I may have misusing the appropriate term, but yes, exactly this is what we are looking for. I remember when we had the earlier version of Ethereum cat herders, it was very simple. The codes were available on GitHub. And whenever we pushed any changes to GitHub, it was automatically updated to the website. And we would like to see the present website running in the similar fashion, but at the moment, the workflow is like, if there is any change, we want to have it on the website, we push it, merge it on the GitHub code, but it has to be deployed by the third party who is kind of hosting the website for us. So I would want it to be community controlled, and maybe if using Netlify or any other services, if we can get it done, that would be really nice. I'm not aware that if we have someone from the existing group with this capability and bandwidth, but if someone listening to the call, you are interested and you would like to look into this and help out with this, please reach out.
Bonus points if it's something like Fleek, but I don't remember. Like, I also don't know the limitations of using kind of IPFS bundled sites. So, yeah.
Also, yeah, our website, when you Google search, use any search engine to search for either cat herders, our website should be the top hit. But for the last week, we don't even show up on any of the search engines.
It could be because the site's down.
Though. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's because it's down, but we've lost all that. Anyway.
Yeah, I got it. What you're trying to say here. Yes, we have lost a lot of reach there, but we'll look into it. Maybe we can figure it out, and hopefully we'll be back soon. Let me see if we have received any notification. No, not yet. So, okay. We'll keep looking. If you guys come around or meet someone who can help out with this thing, please reach us. Sincerely looking to move this in a completely community controlled way. All right, moving on. The next sub item is ECH engineering. I don't see Alita on the call, but there is a link added to the agenda where she has listed some of the open tasks from December. It still needs attention. Anyone who is available or maybe interested to contribute, please check out these tasks. And you can also reach Alita for any help if you require. There is another group who is also working in the direction of creating a new project for ECH engineering, that is a Learn to Earn. I think we have George. Yeah, we have George on the call. So George, if you would like to provide update on that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so we're pretty much, as of right now, we're doing a dry run that Shashank has been leading the charge on. It seems pretty much done and can be shared in either like the Discord or through private email. I would have to follow up with Shashank on how he wants to do that. But stay tuned for that. And then in the case of building the actual DApp for the Learn to Earn platform, we are in the midst of doing that right now, where I already submitted a project board, basically a task board on the GitHub repo, and which that could be shared in the Zoom chat, I guess. And already have a few tasks on there, just so people could pick which task to do and develop as we go. Keep it very open source and try to keep it organized as well. I'm already submitting some documentation just to give some more context in terms of like the tech stack and like the direction of how we're building it. So keep your eyes peeled on that later today.
Thank you, George. And I think I can share the link to the project board. Sorry, I missed to post the agenda earlier. But here is the agenda, and I'm going to share the link to the project board. So people may follow the project board. We are trying to put all the codes and documentation in this repository, ethereum-cat-herder/L2E. So if you are interested to contribute in this project, you may follow the project board.
And if you guys have any so what'd you say?
This is contract based, like where it's creating a contract, just like looking through the items, or it's as in the interface that you're building over here, the website that you're building here, it's connecting to a contract on chain, or everything is living in like inside the website?
Yeah, so right now we're just using POAPs. So to make it really easy for the like development and make it quick, thinking of using like just Morales, and then we could just query what
for the POAP.
which POAPs that the user has.
Okay, cool. If you are trying to like do any on-chain stuff, like if you want to deploy a contract even or anything like that, I would say hit me up.
Yeah, sure thing. I'd love to get your suggestions.
Okay, cool. So we can do that outside the call.
All right, thank you for that. And if there is any question, George is also available on the ECH Discord. So feel free to reach him, me, or anyone from the cat herders. Okay, and the next item here is Cat Blazer. Over to you, William Shaw.
It's my turn. So yeah, most of my time has been, I would say, podcast oriented. I am hopeful over time that this gets quicker, though I'm wondering if this is kind of the new normal, that's all it's going to take me this long. Maybe I can add it over time. But in the meantime, in February thus far, we have published 2 episodes, Rocky App with Lefteris Carpetsas and Alchemy with Alchemy, or providing nodes as an infrastructure with Alchemy. We'll be taking a break this week, though hope to resume next week. East Denver has thrown a little bit of a spanner in trying to get people on. Taking a 1-week hiatus over there. Big thanks to Pooja for a lot of the editing work that she's doing behind the scenes, and also to ZK Doof, who's been giving me a lot of help on the kind of just like technical scheduling platforms end, which has been a massive help. So big shout out to both of you. In addition to the podcast, though, I mean, if it's relevant, there are a bunch of people who I'm talking about getting on for an episode that we'll be trying to space that out. I am hoping that I can still keep up the cadence, though we'll remind that originally this had kind of been planned for every 2 weeks, but has so far been able to make it on a once a week. In addition to that, we have started migrating the ECH applications over to Mirror. So we have set up ethcatherders.mirror.xyz and have even made our first publication over there, which is actually my summary of my activities in January. So keep an eye out for that. That's how we'll be promoting our content from here on in through the ECH Twitter, and looking forward to that. Thanks to Trent for all the help. The item is that the cat herders used to have two ENSs. They used to have Ethereum cat herders.eth and ETH cat herders.eth, both of which seem to have expired on us without us really noticing. Gas was particularly low on Sunday, so I went ahead and registered them. The reason why I find this to be very important is you would not want someone else to scoop these up and then impersonate us with them, especially being that we used to own them, and then say like, hey, we're the Ethereum cat herders, 71 ETH and I'll send you 10, or like, you know, all of the other various profound low effort scams that we see in the space sometimes. So I do find it very important for us to have them. Right now, they're currently sitting with me. I did want to double check that they should be resolved to the multi-sig. And as soon as I get confirmation for that, I'll probably wait till the next Sunday just to wait for gas prices to go down again. And then we'll gladly transfer them over. I also set up mirror.ethcatherders, I think, as a subdomain. I would appreciate gas reimbursement for this. I do think that it's like necessity. But in addition, I did also register ECH.ETH, so ECH.ETH, which is significantly less of a mouthful than Ethereum cat herders.eth. The thing is that it's also significantly more expensive. So Ethereum cat herders.eth and ETH cat herders.eth, I registered for 5 years, which is a pretty minimal charge. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. I think maybe it's 0.5 ETH each for 5 years. I don't remember. Whereas ECH.ETH, because it's a 3-character domain, is 0.22 ETH just to register for 1 year. I believe that it is good for the cat herders to have that. It's significantly easier to leave as an ETH address for people to send to than Ethereum cat herders.eth or even the slightly truncated ETH cat herders.eth. However, being that I did do this without checking my people and asking for reimbursement first because gas was cheap, I would like to ask if I can be reimbursed for that. Though, I mean, either way, I'll give it to you guys. Don't worry. So we're all in this together. But I would appreciate reimbursement for that. But I also wanted to leave that as an open question. There's only a few of us on the call right now, so I wouldn't consider any decision here binding. Also try and put it in the channel of the Discord just to see what people think. But if that would be the case, I would add that on to the reimbursements and rent.
A lot of information to process. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for doing that, because I think that's critically important. Someone else could also, if we let it expire, they could jump on it and then expect us to pay $1,000 to get it back.
It was already open market. Yeah, that's true. Squatting's a good point. Yeah, it was already open market.
And also, as far as getting a whole bunch of related ones, just in case someone else does, I think that's a fool's errand. We should just pick one and just focus on that one and keep that and make that our logo, and ECH.ETH would be a good one to do that. Anyway, that's just my thinking. And also, my vote is to reimburse for whichever one that turns out to be that we should focus on, and not try and, because there could be thousands of slight variants that anyone could camp and spoof us and stuff like that. So, but anyway, just my opinion.
I do agree that it's impossible to get all of them, being that the ECH used to own Ethereum cat herders.eth and ETH cat herders.eth, and also because they're kind of the easiest two, the main two. I felt like it would be important to have those at least as protection. But are you saying that I should only get reimbursed for one, but not for all three?
No. I think I would. You've been great to volunteer to donate and do that. And so I think
You can
should
say
be
that. I won't fight. Don't worry.
But
Yeah.
over the long term, I think we should just focus on
You can let it
one
expire.
and
Mhm.
let all the others expire, is what I'm saying. And we may vote for one of the three that you've gotten, which is definitely worth the reimbursement, in my opinion.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the thing with the ECH.ETH one is it means that it is 0.2 ETH a year just to keep that up, which is significantly more than I think the 0.05 for the other two, which is why I did the other two for 5 years each, and then this one for 1 year, so that it does have more upkeep. I feel like we can swing it unless Ether maybe goes like, you know, to the moon or something like that.
So is that always going to be that price, even if Ethereum goes to the moon? That seems crazy.
I believe that the answer is yes, but I would have to look through the NS again. I think they may have adjusted the prices once because Ether appreciated so much.
Yeah.
So I think it is possible for them to do that. Now that they're a DAO, I'm assuming that would be a DAO vote. Actually, that's almost certainly the answer. I'm assuming it
Okay,
would be a
phew,
DAO
that's
vote
really
to change the prices, but that's an assumption.
Also, another issue I wanted to bring up here is Pooja asked me to get the podcast at ethereumcatherders.com email address. And I, when I went in and attempted to do that, I discovered that my super admin email has lost access to it. I have a login email and I have a password that I can get into, but when it asks for the two-factor authentication and I go to Google Authenticator and look up the key ID to get in, it says an error has occurred. Please log in later. Please try again later. And I've been going several days ago. I've been trying to break through that so I can get in, so I can create that. And last I've heard several days ago, I called up their support and said I can't get in. And what they told me is take a screenshot and email that to support. And I did that a day or so ago and I haven't heard back from them. But anyway, I'm still working on that. And also, Pooja, you use the support at ethereumcatherders.com. Are you the one that logs in and checks that one?
So at present, two people are doing that. One is me and one is another resource from Japan. So
cool.
yeah, I understand, like sometimes you get notification that it has been logged in by. So Mitago, who is currently managing the new joiners onboarding meeting and like responding to people who submit the onboarding form. So she uses that email as well.
Okay. Do we also have a member at ethereumcatherders.com? Does anyone log in with that? Since I can't log in as administrator, I can't check that, but I think we have a member at it. But anyway, the bottom line is I'm working to break through that, and hopefully next week I'll get a hold of support and break through that and be able to create podcast at ethereumcatherders.com. I apologize for that taking so long.
Cool. Yeah, in the meantime, we've been using something at Ethereum Cat Herders podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, that's what
I've been
Pooja
using in the meantime.
said. So yeah, that helps too. I can, but yeah, it'd be nice if we had an ethereumcatherders.com email address.
Absolutely. Yeah. I appreciate your work on that too.
Well, thank you both of you for providing these updates. Yes, I mean, like I had a chat with ZK Roof as well last week. So it seems like it is workable. So we are good on that part. Like whenever the issue is resolved and we get the Ethereum Cat Herders podcast email back, that would be really nice. I have absolutely no idea if anyone is using members at Ethereum Cat Herders right now, but definitely we are using support. So let me know if there is anything. I'm hoping that you also should have access to support because everything is same. And
I logged into support.
All right.
Just playing around trying to figure things out. But yeah, you may have gotten a notification that I logged in, but yeah, I did.
That's all right. I just wanted to make sure that if there's anything that you need from my end, do let me know to help that issue resolve.
Cool, thanks.
All good. And coming back to a few other points that we discussed a few minutes ago here. Thank you, William Shaw, for providing such a detailed explanation to everything. Few questions. Number one, related to the mirror. I'm wondering, we had this thing linked from Medium last time, but I did not check. Is it published or what is the current status of that? The January
I'm
blog.
not sure I understood.
So the January cat herders blog, the other day,
Uh-huh.
we were trying to pull it from Medium and publish it via Mirror. Is it done, completed, or it's still in the draft
Oh,
mode?
that's a mirror kind of, I haven't touched it up. I don't remember exactly where we left off. But that is just kind of like a mirror function. So it's just a question of kind of like how well mirror as a platform is working, I think, as opposed to like a specific thing. Were there editing tasks there I was supposed to do? Like, was I supposed to clean it up?
I am not sure. Like, I just
My
wanted
brain is
to.
kind of a sieve, like items go in there and they just like fall out the other end. So, you know.
No problem. I totally understand. Like, it has been like quite busy for everyone. So I can totally understand where you are standing right now. Because you mentioned that you have already published the first, I think, Cat Blazers issue on Mirror. So I was just trying to understand if the monthly report is published or not. And if not, can we go ahead and publish it there as well?
Oh, wait, if we were also going to publish it on Medium.
No, it is already available on Medium. What we were trying to do
The
there
February,
was
which one? The February
January-
the January
oh.
cap lasers or the January general?
January Cat Herders newsletter.
Got it. So it's already available on Medium. We wanted it over on Mirror. We started porting it over. I was supposed to type up and get it out.
Yeah, I would assume that like
All
we
right, so
started.
I'll try and put some time in on that.
Maybe if not, if you have further questions, maybe I can answer you offline. So kind of brush you up. So that was one thing. And from going forward, I was wondering, like, would it be okay with you to, when anything to be published is ready on Medium, I send it to you so you can publish it via Mirror? And how do you want me to handle it? Do you want me to publish on Medium first or just send it to you the post?
I mean, I definitely prefer if the publication was done via Mirror first, and that was like a good pun for anybody who knows Mirror. Get it? Via Mirror. I definitely prefer if the publication happened first from Mirror. After that, you can basically copy paste into Medium with minimal formatting that needs to be done afterwards, even though there are some things that don't come over 100% well with that. Especially if you're copy pasting not from the published article, but from like the actual editor itself, it shouldn't be too bad to get it over from one end to the other. If that is too difficult, I guess we could do something where like you put it in draft. If it's only in draft by Medium, I don't know if it's going to let you pull it in by Mirror though. And I guess it needs a bit of experimentation, to be honest. I guess we'll have to experiment with different, like, you know, different flows.
Yeah, I understand, like you also have access to a Medium and Mirror. So what I can do is whenever anything is ready to be published as draft, I will send you the link on the off draft so you can pull it, or whatever way you think is good to be published via Mirror. And then once it is done, then we will also publish it on the Medium. So people who have subscribed to Ethereum Cat Herders Medium should also get it in their inbox. And for general purpose, we will be sharing the link of Mirror everywhere on other social media such as Twitter, LinkedIn, and Reddit. Does that sound reasonable?
I don't, we could try starting with that. It's worth investigating if there's a way to try and leverage Mirror for newsletters. I don't know if there is right now or not. If there isn't yet, there probably will be in the future, kind of a thing. So that's something worth keeping an eye out for. I would say like the more we can put on Mirror, the better.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, that was on Mirror. On the domain, I think I'm in agreement with Brent where we should be promoting only one, the domain name ENS for general people to know that we are holding it and we should be using it. Are there any use cases other than just renaming it to like, multisig to that ECH.eth, or is there anything else that is there in the mind? I understand for Mirror, we needed a domain, ENS domain, and that's why we wanted to have it. And it's a great thing that you have bought like all multiple possible options. And I also believe that you should get a reimbursement, though I cannot say for all. So I am open for all possibilities. Like if people want to vote for only one, it's fine. If they want for all three, I'm also fine with that. But I was wondering, do you have any other use cases in mind? Do you think we can move our Canada's website with that or something? I don't know.
The website's a bit more complicated. How would we do the website? You could technically have like website.ech.eth as a subdomain or something like that, and it would resolve like that for anyone who has .eth resolution in their browser. So I think Brave may have that natively. MetaMask provides that for browsers that it's activated on. I don't know about others. So I'd say some of those are good to explore. I don't have a specific use case for additional subdomains, but I would say that would be more of a subdomain thing, like creating subdomains for identity. Like one of the reasons why I thought it was worthwhile to do a mirror.ech.eth, even though there's already ethcatherders.mirror as in a subdomain of mirror's main domain, is to provide the validity that proves that the hot wallet that we're using for mirror is actually under our aegis. And whereas like theoretically a scammer might have been able to somehow get a right token and make ethcatherders.mirror.xyz, if you see that the actual ECH.eth, which is like canonically us, has made a subdomain pointing to the same wallet, that kind of gives an additional level of legitimacy to whatever's there. When we're talking about the subdomain creation, I think those transactions were roughly $5 a pop. So like, you know, not a biggie. So that is kind of why I did those. Subdomains are useful for that, for addresses that aren't just to like prove that they are ours. But yeah, that being said, so just to like really confirm though, so those three addresses, ech.eth, ethcatherders.eth, and ethereumcatherders.eth, those should resolve the multisig. Like I should gift them to the multisig, in other words.
Here, I think that is again something that we might need opinion of other members, because I believe at present we have two wallets. One is multisig and one is that we are holding for the mirror, right? So maybe we would like to have one for multisig and one for the mirror wallet.
So I might have not been clear about this, but something I was trying to say was that whenever you have kind of like a base domain in ENS, so let's say ech.eth, you can create subdomains underneath it. So like mirror, for example, the base domain is mirror.xyz, but then anytime you give someone a right token, they spawn a new subdomain. So you could have like alice.mirror.xyz, bob.mirror.xyz. So when you have ech.eth, that means you can also spawn subdomains. So I already set up on Sunday that mirror.ech.eth points to the mirror hot address. I wouldn't want the hot, like just a hot wallet that we're only using for mirror. I don't think I would want to resolve to the actual base domain, because it's kind of like a side wallet that a couple of us have the keys to in order so we can publish on mirror easier, just as opposed to actually being like the cat herder's address. You wouldn't want people to think that's the cat herder's address. You would just want people to think it's the address the cat herders use for publishing on mirror. You know, let's say it's 5,000 DAI they want to send the cat herders. You wouldn't want it to go there.
All right, I think this is a discussion more for a multisig people or multisig channel. Probably we can have it on a separate channel, and that's a good like food for thought for me and for other people who are listening to this call, even if they are not present on the call today, so we can have a good context of what we are talking here. I think we can bring it back. But for branding purposes, I think we should be considering and at least have voting on what do we want to publicize and vote it for. And I think one action item or kind of a point to think about would be what other use cases we can think of having the ENS domain being more helpful for us.
Cool.
All right. Any final question or comment? I know like we have 20 minutes left, but if anyone has any further question, comment. If not, then I think we should probably move ahead. There are a lot to cover, so we'll try to move a little fast. On ECH operations, so there is this new joiners meeting planned for February 17th at 1500, I think 1600 UTC. Yeah. The event is created on Ethereum Cat Herders YouTube. So if you are new and you have or have not filled up the new joiners form, but if you would like to come and talk to us, this is a good meeting for anyone. Ask any kind of questions from the present Cat Herders members, and maybe share your experience, your expertise, or you can also let us know how we can be very helpful to you in terms of like onboarding as a community member to Ethereum ecosystem. So that is there. We are also planning to have a Women's Day celebration. Couple of things are under discussion, maybe some talks from female devs or maybe a panel discussion. I'm having a meeting later today to finalize the events that we can plan in the month of March. And yeah, so if you know any female dev and if you would want them to be on the panel or give a talk, please let me know. But at present, Ken, Mitago, they are working on planning this event. The next item, the sub item is EIP Insight. Let me pull out I have added the link here on the agenda. For February, I think we have 3 new proposals. We have 3 new proposals added as draft. 2 proposals are moved to final status. The 2 proposals, those have been moved to final statuses are EIP 3607, reject transaction from sender with deployed code. And another one is EIP 3668, CCIP. There is one proposal, EIP 2098, which is compact signature representation, which recently completed its last call deadline on February 13. But we are waiting for some more time to mark it to final, because the proposal initially was moving ahead with the informational type, but now the author has considered to move it to the ERC category of a standard track. So if with this change, people think that they would like to add or share some last minute comments, please respond to the discussion to link. So yeah, that's all on the EIP Insight. Next is PPNEP. For PPNEP, we had this meeting with Richard Moore for EIP 2098. As I mentioned that we discussed that this proposal should be moved into ERC category. It's a very good watch for projects, especially for the wallet and DeFi projects. So if you are interested to implement this proposal, I think you may get some inspiration and some help from this episode that we recorded last week. It is now available on Ethereum Cat Herders YouTube. For upcoming meetings, the PPNE schedule is linked to the agenda. This week we do not have any meeting planned, so it's quite light for this week, but keep an eye out for next meeting. We have meeting notes available for almost every meeting, except for EIP IP 49. I will follow up with the resource documenting the meeting. Hopefully we should have the pull request up soon. There are quite a few things that I would like to mention again. I know most of the people who have been documenting notes for Ethereum Cat Herders for a while, they already know that we would like these meeting notes to be done within 3 working days, the 72 hours of the meeting, because it makes sense that people who may have missed the meeting can follow the notes, and we would want that notes to be more usable. So we are looking for more contributors for documenting, especially the all core dev meetings and consensus layer meeting. At present, we have only 3 people who are working on it, and sometimes it becomes difficult for having workload across all the meetings that we are documenting. So if you are someone who is interested in documenting notes, and these tasks are bounty based, so you will also be getting bounties for every notes you document, please reach us on the Cat Herders Discord. And sometimes we also publish that, like open the bounty for community participation on Ethereum Cat Herders PM GitHub repo. So you can check it out there as well.
Yeah, Shawshank's responsible for that 49 EIP IP. I'm looking at the schedule now. Also, I added a time column for the ECH meeting. I hope that's okay. And 3 p.m. UTC, because I never know what time that meetings are, but yeah, is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely fine. I don't know how it is messed. Generally, we used to prefer it written in UTC, and I think I have done it for a few meetings. I might have missed it. So thank you. Yeah. And yeah, there was this another meeting, Dankshard. Yes. EF organized a workshop with Dankrad Feast and Vitalik Buterin on Danksharding. I helped in streaming the call while Shaive was moderating the meeting. Both Dankrad and Vitalik shared a presentation and took some questions after that. This is basically the pre-EIP draft for this new sharding process. So if you are a researcher and interested in contributing, I think it's a good watch. The video is available on EF YouTube. A link is also added to the agenda for this meeting. And for rest of the meetings, notes are available, and you can find the link in the Cat Herders meeting agenda.
Looks like Shawshank is also on for notes for this meeting, right?
I'm gonna swap him from the next contributor because we haven't received the notes from the EIP meeting yet. So I don't think we should overload him with 2 meetings.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I think I dropped a note, but I will wait for response. I wanted to make sure that he's also comfortable with the swap. Okay.
Hey, Pooja, just want to maybe raise my hand for that. I don't know sort of how technical one has to be for that, but I'd be happy to like take a look and see if I can help out with that.
I don't think you need to be technical at all, other than you just need to know about GitHub. So if you know how to create a pull request in GitHub, that is good enough.
Okay. I haven't done that before, but I think I can figure it out. I've seen other people do it, I guess.
All right. So I think because I'm already considering replacing Shashank for today's meeting because he is due for EIP. Would you like to work on today's meeting? Maybe after this, if you can ping me, I can provide you the relevant resources for your help so you can follow and document it.
Sure, I'll try to. What time is this meeting?
No, the recording of this meeting, the current one that we are having.
Do the notes for today's meeting.
Got it. Yes. Okay. Yeah, sure. I can. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
I'll add you as the meeting notes for that in the, do you have copy? I'm pasting this in the chat, the link to the meeting notes, and I'll put your name in there for doing the notes today.
Sounds good. I'll, should I, maybe I'll send a draft to you guys, or what's the best way for, to go about that?
I suppose there is a process documented somewhere on Ethereum Cat Herders GitHub. Maybe I will grab the link for you and send it so you can follow the process. And if you have any question,
okay, great.
We have a Discord channel for any further question. Maybe you can ask your questions there.
Okay,
Yeah,
sounds
thanks
good.
for volunteering.
All right, well, don't thank me yet. Let's see how it turns out.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I mean, I'm especially looking for all core dev and consensus meeting notes. Those are big, and those are like a little bit of technical knowledge, or if not technical knowledge, people who are aware of these terms and like following the Ethereum meeting notes would be really helpful. But even if you do not, you have basic skills of adding the notes to GitHub, please reach us. And thank you, Victor, for volunteering today.
Yep, no problem.
All right, that's all. Moving on to the next item, it's a new task and brainstorming. We already discussed about ECH website, hosting via GitHub. I don't know, I may be using the wrong term here, but we want that it should be like done at Ethereum cat holders site, and it should be maintained completely by the community, and we should not be relying on third party for hosting the site. Client meeting in podcast. Oh yeah, right. So I received an inquiry last week asking if we have client meetings available in podcast form. So many people suggested that not everyone is into watching YouTube for 90 minutes to follow these meetings. So it would be really helpful if we can have these available on the podcast form. I'm aware at present that there are third-party podcast which stores the Ethereum cat herders meeting recording as well as Ethereum all core dev meeting recording, but I'm not aware of any consensus layer meeting recording. Does anyone by any chance happen to know if there is any podcast version of CL meetings out there?
What would be the goal? Just to get these meetings up, like live podcasted, or just to archive the audio?
Audio, just the audio form. Like we have recording available on YouTube after these meetings are done. So just they want to have it on audio version.
And so, I mean, you can, and it is legally possible to play it on YouTube without watching it. I just would like to take the time to say that, like, that they don't send in a SWAT team for that. But for people who specifically want it on an audio platform, so that would just mean finding a podcast hosting service. We're using Anchor for the podcast right now, for instance. And using them, like uploading the audio files to them, and then that would make it available. Like you can use that as a springboard to make it available on, say, like Spotify and Castbox and all the rest of them.
I think that there are services which are already adding it. I think even on the blockchain they are adding. I might want to look into it.
If there's a Web3 audio hosting service, please, anyone who's listening, let me know, because I would love to promote that first for the ECH podcast also. I did not do deep research into it. Definitely is possible.
Okay, because I remember merging of a pull request in README file at Ethereum cat herders PM. Let me see if we can have it here. I mean, I'm just trying to look into the name of the service if that is available. Yeah, perma archived, permacast. Okay, maybe I'm gonna just share the link here. So I know that this service is for cat herders meeting, and they also have it for all core dev meeting, but I am not aware if they are having it for CL meeting. But since we received a request for CL meetings as well, maybe I can communicate it to the team and let's see if they can have it done. Otherwise, my next question to the team would have been like, what do you guys think about having these things available on Cat Herders podcast? Like general thought of uploading CL meetings or all these meetings on Cat Herders podcast, though it's not going to be on blockchain, because as of now, I know we are using Anchor that is not going on blockchain right now, and this permacast they are using to put it on the blockchain. So any thoughts around it?
I'd want to keep it separate from podcasts just because it's like two different things, but I mean, that's definitely not a contradiction. We can find a way to do, we can find a way to do this and that, you know what I mean? Like there can be more than one cat herder kind of podcast thingy. I'm making with this permacast thing. I had not known about it. So it's leveraging Arweave. I'll try and look into it a little bit. And just see how that works. Like, I'll try and take a look at it and try and give it some work. I'm very liable to forget that though. So Pooja, if you don't mind helping me out a little bit, just making sure that I remember, that would be really, really cool.
All right. So for note taker, please make it an action item for William Shaw so he remembers it. All right.
Good
Oh,
luck,
yeah.
note taker.
Yeah. And there's this comment from George. I just added documentation of the tech stack for the Learn to Earn app. Yeah, people can look into it, and yeah, let us know if there is any comment or anything that you would want to pick up from there. All right, and on the next sub item is like EL merge client release name. I haven't heard more on that, maybe because of the ECH Denver going on, but we may plan a meeting, a community meeting somewhere around late February or early March to get the name for execution layer clients. We already have the client name, code name for merge for consensus layer client. That's all on number 3. Number 4, events and hackathon. ECH January is going on. Many people know about it. Ethereum Rio is planned in March, and there is this Dev Connect, which is considered to be like kind of short DevCon Amsterdam. Meeting is being planned by Anatoly Kova, and she has started this Discord server. If you are listening, if you have suggestions, and if you are going there, participating there, willing to represent yourself as Ethereum cat herders, please let us know, because cat herders are supporting an arrangement for this event. So yeah, I'll be happy to have you representing the cat herders over there and share more information about how people can join us.
I'm
Moving on
going
to
to ETH Denver. Is anyone else going to ETH Denver?
I'm not there.
Anyway, yeah.
That's nice to know. If you're going to ETH Denver, maybe I would catch up with you offline and see what we can do over there. I wish I knew you earlier, because I received a call and okay, anyway, I'll catch you up offline for that. Next is ECH funding, Gitcoin round 12, CLR and Monarch. For Gitcoin round 12, I had a meeting with Hudson Jameson last week, and he helped out get some of the funds from the Gitcoin CLR match plus the L2 funds that we have received as a form of donation from there. 2 of those are already added to Ethereum cat herders multisig as of now. And there was this one thing, I think, which we have to still work on, and maybe we would like to add more multisig holder to the present Gitcoin page, so we can have proper communication going on, and we should not have encounter a roadblocker, because maybe Hudson Jameson would be taking a break for some time. So it would be nice to have more people added so we can get the work going in a smoother fashion. For Ethereum cat herders PM. Okay, let's discuss the open and close issue items. I see a lot of open issues for funding. I'm gonna at least initiate the first transaction, meaning put it on the chain today. And I hope that this should be cleared by the end of this week, when, as William Sharp says, gas is cheaper because we have quite a lot funding request up. So I'll look into it. The last one is the action items from the meetings. Let me open the link here if I can. From the last meeting, I don't see much of the action items. It's just that Pooja will talk to multisig signer this week and see if we have another option to transfer CLR funds. I think this has been taken care of. Thank you, Hudson Jameson, for helping us with that. And that's all, I think. And we are close to the time. Anyone has anything to add, like final question, comment, or any point? Well, I think this has been a long meeting in a while, but thank you everyone for joining. I'm happy we discussed quite a few things. I know there are a few follow-ups, so we might want to discuss in the upcoming meetings. And Victor, please DM me and I will provide you all the relevant link to document this meeting note.
Yeah, thanks, Victor. Also, sometimes people will submit the meeting notes, but also it's a little more difficult to get the link to the meeting notes. And you don't have to do that. When I do meeting notes, I update those, but, or if you need help with that, I can help you with that too.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, but that was really helpful. Thank you, Brent, for bringing this up. This is really helpful that if you can share the link and update it, that other people can also find it easily.
All right, I gotta hop, guys. Thanks a bunch. Thanks so
Yeah.
much for running this, Puja.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. See you on the Discord and in the next meeting. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Pooja. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.